Good evening. We bumped into David today. He's one of our leaders in Yonkers, exposing the investigation that's happening in Mexico, Ayotzinapa. And I know you did a rally or a presentation in Lincoln Park, and you also did a presentation in the library. Is there any update that you can share with us about the investigation that's going on in Mexico?
Well, unfortunately, in Mexico, it's very little happening. The reason is because the media is not covering, the news. They try to cover everything with new programs, with with anything. Fortunately, the parents are still fighting. People in the streets all over the world are still manifesting, are still having conferences about this, to tell the people that this is a theme that is not forgotten. It might be forgotten for the government, for the media, but the real people, the people that have suffered the consequences, are still fighting to find a real answer, not the answer that has given by the government, because they say they are dead and that's it, move on, and that's not a real answer, that's something just that they try to cover.
David, can you tell us exactly more information about what the government actually said to the people of Mexico?
Well, they didn't say anything. They just say they're dead. It's closed, move on.
43 students are dead.
43 students, and again, it's not, Ayotzinapa was just the tip of the iceberg. That was just one last thing that people wanted in order to have a voice, in order to go out and say something about all this injustice that is going on in Mexico. Because it's not only 43 students, it's thousands of people that have been disappeared throughout those years. It's not about just 43 people. It's about a full nation that's suffering by a very bad government.
How else have you shined the light on these 43 students missing in New York, specifically Yonkers or your Westchester County? Where have you been?
After we did the presentation in Lincoln Park in Yonkers, New York, we were invited by Manhattanville College in Purchase, and then we were invited by a church in Portchester, where we did two presentations, one in front of college students and one in front of people, with the religious people. In both of the presentations, we informed them about what the parents are doing. And what the parents are doing, they're actually doing rallies all over the United States. They're going in different colleges, different universities. They are in different states, and they will arrive to New York between April the 20th and April the 26th.
These are the parents of the 43 students that are now deciding that they're going to go out and they're going to do their own presentations to bring awareness.
Oh yeah, definitely. And so far, it's been successful. Again, it's more people knowing about this from the person that actually suffered the consequences. This is not me trying to tell everybody or to tell my community. This is the people that have suffered the consequences. They're going out, all over the United States, in order to let the people know that they are not. This is not dead. This is not something that is closed, like the government saying. This is something that's still alive. And it's an underground movement, which is a really good thing. Because underground movement means it will get more attention of the right people.
Right.
We don't need. The movement doesn't need the big media. The government, the movement needs the people to be aware and people to have a voice, in order to be heard, and that's the main focus of the whole presentation.